Hello and welcome to the NetSuite podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Megan O'Brien, NetSuite's resident business and finance editor and co-host of this podcast. Let me give you the lowdown on the episode we have in store for you today. Reg Singh, Vice President of Education Services and Strategic Initiatives at NetSuite, joins us to discuss the NetSuite Learning Labs. The Learning Labs, they're a relatively new offering from NetSuite that are bringing in-person educational events to cities across the U.S. We discuss who should consider attending these events, the curriculum, and where Reg sees the Learning Labs going in the future. So stay tuned. By the end of the episode, I was ready to sign up for a Learning Lab, so I can't wait for you guys to learn all about it.
You're listening to the NetSuite podcast, where we discuss what's happening within NetSuite, why we're doing it, and where we're heading in the future. We'll dive into the details about the software and the people at NetSuite who are behind all the moving parts. We'll also feature customer growth stories, discussing the ups and downs of running a company and how one integrated system can help your business continue to scale.
Hi, Reg. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Megan. Great to be here.
Now, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's a wintry, cold day here in Seattle, Washington. It's other than that, it's a great week.
Good. I'm super excited to dive into this episode. So how about we just jump right in?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Well, to start off, can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and your role at NetSuite?
Sure thing. Well, my role in NetSuite is all about education and initiatives that are focused on making our customers successful. At the end of the day, we're all about helping our customers succeed on NetSuite and using NetSuite to unlock their full potential and to help them grow. And so I've been with NetSuite for just over 9 years now, and my roles have involved really focusing on how do we help customers get implemented successfully and go live, so the initial part of their journey with us, into kind of further along the journey. How do we help them address some of the common challenges they face across their business and across the wider industry, and how NetSuite can be positioned to help them address those growth challenges as they expand nationally and internationally. And most recently, for the last few years, I've really been focused on how does education and all of the vast wealth of educational content we have truly help customers succeed with the use of NetSuite.
Now, for our listeners that might not be familiar with them, can you give a summary of what the NetSuite Learning Labs are?
Yeah, the Learning Labs is really an educational centered event that's truly focused on helping provide or helping connect our customers to our NetSuite experts. And so this is a session that enables them to come in, to meet with our educational consultants, to learn through hands-on sessions and seminars the power of the product and kind of tips and tricks, things that may not have realized that NetSuite was able to do, and really truly immerse themselves in the product and figure out ways in which they can get even more value, even more benefits out of the product. At the same time, it's a great opportunity for them to meet with other folks across NetSuite. We're able to connect them with suite gurus who are truly the experts on the product and help them, address any tough questions they might have or things they want to learn about. If they're interested in a particular feature of NetSuite, they can also meet with our solution consultants that can show them a demo. We also have our advanced customer support or ACS team there that are able to do on-the-spot inspections, which are really assessments of their NetSuite use and identifying areas in which they can fine-tune and optimize the product. So we've kind of encircled all of these amazing access to product experts, functional experts, and business experts that our customers coming into this learning lab truly have an opportunity to engage with and learn from.
That sounds amazing. So how exactly did the Learning Labs come about?
Well, we actually started this at SuiteWorld last year. So we came up with an idea for a learning lab because we saw our customers wanting to learn more, wanting to figure out how they can do more things and truly get more and more value out of it. And so the learning lab was something that we put in place at SuiteWorld last year. We had workshop sessions, we had seminar style sessions, we had all of these great opportunities for SuiteWorld attendees to connect with our NetSuite experts. And it was just such a success. We heard time and again that, wow, from customers, they loved it. They wanted us to do more. And so that really inspired us to say, okay, well, how do we do this year round? And how do we bring the Learning Lab closer to where our customers are. And so that's kind of how the idea started off. And we've started on this kind of roadshow across the country.
I remember that. I was actually in the Learning Labs room at SuiteWorld, and it was popular. So I'm so glad that this is something that's going on throughout the year now.
Absolutely. It's an amazing way to kind of bring that to our customers in a more regular way. Like we love SuiteWorld and it's such a fantastic event, but we thought we wanted to do more.
Now, what exactly is the ultimate goal of these labs?
It's really simple. We want our customers to be successful in NetSuite. And the Learning Lab provides a series of tools and learning opportunities and access to experts to truly help them get there. And that's really what our mission is for the Learning Labs. It's really to equip our users, our NetSuite customers with the knowledge they need, the information they need to truly unlock the value that NetSuite provides and help them be more successful. So it really is as simple as that.
Now, you kind of mentioned this, but who can participants at the Learning Lab, NetSuite wise, expect to see there? What NetSuite people are there?
Yeah, it really is a variety of NetSuite experts. First and foremost, these are people that live and breathe NetSuite every day, and you have an opportunity to meet with them, talk to them, ask questions. And we've picked people from a variety of different backgrounds within NetSuite. So we have our support team that is our NetSuite gurus, and these guys really know how to kind of get at your questions. Something that might be bothering you, something you like always was on the back of your mind. How do I do this? Well, the Suite Gurus are right there to help you, and they have a ton of NetSuite experience on the product. We then have our advanced customer support team. Now, these guys work with our customers day in, day out, help them optimize, help them fine-tune, help them drive their business more successfully on NetSuite. And this is a great team that can kind of help do an assessment of how your business is leveraging NetSuite. Are there opportunities to improve? What are other customers doing that they could learn from? And so the ACS team also provides that hands-on guidance for customers at the Learning Lab. And then, of course, we have our product, our solution consulting team that really know their way around the product. And so if you want to see something that interests you in that you might have heard of, a new feature perhaps, or something that you might have heard that NetSuite does, and you really haven't explored it much, well, this is a great opportunity to speak with one of them and have them do a custom demonstration for you. And then, of course, we have our incredible education team, my team, our instructors, our educational trainers that have so much product knowledge that train our customers as they go through implementation. And they are also on hand running these hands-on workshops and training seminars, but also they're there to provide any guidance on, how do you execute a learning strategy? How do you think about continuous education for your users in NetSuite? And so we really have brought together a really interesting and highly experienced cross-section of different roles inside NetSuite that customers attending the Learning Lab can have interactions with.
Now, speaking of customers, are Learning Labs really meant for a specific type of NetSuite customer? For instance, is it industry specific, only meant for NetSuite newbies, or is everyone going to benefit from it?
One of the fun things we do at the beginning of the Learning Lab when we have everyone together is we kind of do a check on, how long have people been with NetSuite? And it's really amazing to see that we have such a cross-section of people that attend these events. And that's really our intent of the Learning Labs. We haven't designed this to be for a specific industry, for a specific type of user. We've designed this for our broad range of users. So you could be using NetSuite for 5 years or for 10 years, or you could have gone live with NetSuite last week. You are definitely going to find something of value at the Learning Lab, something you're going to learn, new things that you can take back and drive more efficiencies maybe, or drive more of an optimization of your user with NetSuite. So it really is geared towards any type of user. Also, any type of role. We have administrators that join us. We have financial users that join us. We have CFOs that join us, or controllers, or people that just close the books, for example, and are like accounts payable clerks, for example. So the content that we have in the Learning Lab is geared in such a way that truly anyone that is a NetSuite user is going to find value in attending these sessions.
And do you ever see these Learning Labs, or perhaps like additions of these Learning Labs, becoming more industry specific?
We constantly are sensing our users and kind of seeing what they're like, what do they want to learn more about. And so, one of the things definitely that we're on the process of exploring is how do we make it even more beneficial? And so we've started off with these broad financial type topics that customers really love. And we saw that happening at SuiteWorld. But as the Learning Lab evolves, we're going to keep a very close tab with what our customers want to learn more about. And so if we kind of hear that they want us to take more of an industry perspective, maybe we'd have a few sessions that focus on specific industries given the location. Maybe they want to delve into other parts of the product. We're just getting started here. And so we're really excited to keep sense pulse checking with our customers and really have them drive where we should take these learning labs to.
Can you give a snapshot of what a learning lab day looks like?
Well, it is a day that starts off with an amazing breakfast. So we always have great snacks, great coffee, which is really important at the
Very
beginning
important.
of the day. But absolutely. So attendees come in, they register, and then they come in, grab a bite, grab a drink. We have our NetSuite experts that are already out there, so they can start talking to them, start getting a feel for what the day looks like. We then kick off with a general session where we talk a little bit about what to expect for the day. We kind of do an orientation of all of the different sessions, all the different people, how they can kind of like plan the day because there's so much going on, and so how do you optimize your time there? We then also talk a little bit about education at NetSuite, about some of our services. And how we help customers like those that are attending. And then we kind of get right into it. So we have a number of different sessions that are happening at any one time, and customers kind of pick and choose. It's kind of like choose your own adventure. We have a couple of hands-on workshops that run for about an hour and a half where attendees bring their own laptops. They go into these sessions and they're with an instructor. There's several trainers in that room. We give them a demo environment of NetSuite. They log right in, and then the instructor kind of guides them through these hands-on workshops across different topics. So we have two of those. They can pick from one. They can pick either one. Or if they didn't bring their laptop, if they kind of want to have, I want to sit back and I want to kind of hear and learn, we have that as well. So we have these what we call seminar style sessions where you kind of sit back and an instructor kind of walks you through a number of different learning topics and gives you some fascinating insights into how you can drive more value and just some things that you might not have known about NetSuite. And there's a lot of interactivity in all of these sessions as well. So that's kind of the morning sessions. We then go into lunch, again, great lunch as well. And then we have the opportunity for the attendees to talk to education advisors, to talk to the suite gurus or get product demos or speak with our advanced customer support ACS teams. So we kind of have this general area where they can kind of meet and mingle and meet all of our NetSuite teams. We then go into a session where we talk about all of the cool new things that are happening at NetSuite. Now, this is one of those really fun sessions at the Learning Lab where we have one of our product managers from our product development team come in and talk about all of the new features that have recently been launched and that's on the roadmap. And so it's super cool for them to kind of be able to see all of the new things that have come out, hear from someone that's actually building out these features in the product team, and kind of see what's on the roadmap and how they can take advantage of that once that's released. And then something we're going to start from next month. So this is where typically the Learning Lab closed or ended, but we got such a strong feedback from customers that were like, you know what, we don't want to be forced to pick from one of those 3 sessions. We want to do everything, right? And so we don't want to miss out. So what we're going to do starting this month in Austin is going to be, we're going to run a repeat of those morning sessions in the afternoon. So someone that picked, one particular workshop might in the afternoon go to the other workshop, or someone that maybe sat in one of those seminar sessions might want to jump on and do a workshop in the afternoon. So this way, we're giving more value to customers to actually get even more learning through a full day Learning Lab session. So that's going to be in the afternoon. And then we'll close off it towards the end of the day around 3 o'clock with the opportunity again for the users, the customers to come back and mingle with our NetSuite experts in that general area to close out the day. So a really fun, informative day, lots of interactivity, lots of learning, lots of connectivity with our NetSuite experts. And also, like I said, great food, great snacks. So we keep everyone well fed throughout the day.
Yeah, you had me at snacks, but can you, for people who weren't quite taken just by the snacks, can you delve a little bit deeper into the curriculum of a typical day?
Yeah. So again, what we saw and what we heard customers wanted most at our Learning Lab at SuiteWorld was around how they can do more with NetSuite. And so we've really taken that and put that into the first few of these learning labs. And like I was saying, we'll keep evolving these based on what customers want. But from a current perspective, we're really digging in on things like dashboards and reports and the month-end close process. Now, these are things that all customers want to be able to use successfully, and every customer goes through a month-end close. So one of our workshops, for example, is how do you create custom KPIs and leverage dashboard. Now, this is one of the most powerful features of NetSuite and an incredible opportunity for customers to be able to pull their own metrics, create custom KPIs of the metrics, put it on dashboards, and provide that instant visibility to the users. And we've seen a really, really strong demand for people that love to come in and kind of log in, create their first KPI. For a lot of people, it's the first time they've created custom KPIs, and they come out of these sessions being able to do that. And that's really, really powerful for them to take back and be able to apply that the next day in their setting. So that's the first one. And we show them how you can truly leverage the capabilities in NetSuite to drive that visibility, to get your key metrics, your KPIs on your dashboards. We also show some amazing features of our advanced analytics warehouse and how you can really take that to the next level. Another workshop we have is really focused on the month-end close. Now, this is something that every customer does, but a lot of them don't realize that there's some hidden tips and tricks. There's some cool features that they can leverage that makes that month end even more efficient, and things that they can use to speed it up, to drive more accuracy, to get more visibility of the process, and to get better control of their month end. And a lot of finance people don't enjoy the month end process because there's a lot of steps in there. And so this workshop really shows them how they can take advantage of some of the cool features in NetSuite to enhance, to optimize their month end close. And again, they get hands-on, they try out different things, and we've heard some really great feedback about the aha moments that were created as they went through this workshop. And then for our seminar sessions, we cover a couple of really interesting and fun areas. The first one is financial statements. Now, again, every customer does their reporting, but a lot of them sometimes struggle or are not sure with how do I add additional information on these reports. We have some great out-of-the-box reports, but what if you want to customize it? What if you want to modify it and add some additional columns, bring in some additional data to compare it? And so this is a seminar that really shows you how to do that, how easy it is to do that in NetSuite. And we kind of walk through that. The second part of that, we focus on searches. Again, searches is one of those things that everybody loves in NetSuite. It's so powerful. It truly enables you to pull information out and summarize it and present it to be able to make those decisions. But sometimes you want to get more out of those searches. And so for those people that work a lot in searches, we kind of show you how to get even more out of searches by using formula fields, a really, really powerful feature, really easy to use, but a lot of people haven't kind of figured out how to use it. And so this seminar kind of shows you how to do that, how to bring in formula fields, how to do calculations, and kind of avoid having to take that search into Excel. You can do everything in NetSuite and get all of that rich data out of those searches in NetSuite. So again, as you can kind of tell, the curriculum is really focused on things like reports and dashboards, month-end close, reporting, searches, and kind of in that area. And like I said, we've seen some incredible feedback from customers on this so far, and we're going to continue focusing on this over the next learning lab as well. And then, as I was saying before, we depending on what customers want, we will evolve and kind of go beyond these areas.
Now, at the time of this recording, New York will have been the most recent Learning Lab session conducted. Can you kind of give an overview of how that went?
Yeah, New York was amazing. First of all, we had a 65-degree day in the middle of February, so it was an absolutely stunning day, beautiful blue skies. So couldn't have been better. We had almost 130 attendees joining us, and we saw some pretty great feedback from them in terms of the sessions that they attended. We saw them spending a lot of time with our education advisors, hanging back after the workshops to talk to our instructors, to follow up. We also had a lot of interest in kind of demonstrations, and our Suite gurus are really busy. So it was like it was a really fun event, and I think people really enjoyed themselves, learned a lot. And as I walked the room and spoke to a bunch of customers, they truly felt that it was time that was well invested in coming out. In fact, their only complaint was, having to pick one of those three sessions. They wanted to attend all three. And that's, a big reason why we're now extending this into a full day as we get into the next Learning Lab in Austin this month.
How many people, around how many, attended the New York Learning Lab?
Around 130 people attended. And so, we get into these sessions where the class sizes are relatively small, and that type of a number really helps us be a lot more hands-on with customers, be there quickly to guide you, answer questions. So, that number plus a number of NetSuite people we had there, enabled a really good level of interaction across all the attendees.
That's fantastic. And we talked a little bit earlier